hate that feature.
What's going on, family? How we doing tonight? You guys doing all right? Definitely feel free to unmute your mics. Feel free to engage in the chat, please. So y'all already know how I love to do it on these calls. I love to get that engagement to get you guys going. I want to get you guys thinking. You know what I mean? I want to get you guys thinking. The reason I do these calls, one, for selfish educational reasons. What I mean by that is I love having the platform to present to y'all. I love it. And by doing so, I learn a lot. I learn a lot. So these calls every Thursday at once, I appreciate you guys for coming. I see some consistent faces and I love that. That means y'all are getting ahead. Y'all are getting some information that nobody else is getting. I purposefully make some of these calls with a little spin to like make sure that I'm throwing something in there that you ain't gonna get from somewhere else. And one of the things that I do realize is that there's not enough talk about the taxes. I'll put a 1 in the chat if you are familiar with the way crypto is taxed. If you're familiar with crypto is taxed, go ahead and put a 1 in the chart on the chat. Put a 2 if you're not familiar with the way crypto is taxed. Put that 1. Okay, Melody, cool. 2. 2, 2, 2. 2. All right, Jenna, 2. Cool. Butch, 2. Beautiful. Awesome. So today's call, you're probably wondering why there's a huge picture of Mickey Mouse and all his friends. All right. You guys are coming into this room and you're like, what the fuck? All I want to do is just show you guys some happy pictures. Right? So I want to keep you guys happy. I want to put a smile on your face. Here's a picture of E.T. I just put because this dude was literally the first one to the moon. Oh, I'll point that. So E.T. got to the moon before we did. Oh. Does this make you guys smile? You guys like this? Yeah? Yeah. Oh. You know, we're best friends. Live, life, love. A puppy! Oh my God! You guys liking this shit? Yeah? All right, let's get down to the real shit. All right. Boom. Big Brother is watching you guys. Big Brother is watching you. Don't think that they're not. I had to have something to elevate it. I can't be a downer, so I put some nice pictures up there for you guys. But Big Brother is watching you guys, and it's very important that you guys understand this. So the reason I put those pictures up was because everybody thinks that crypto is our safe haven, right? Everybody thinks, holy shit, crypto. Yes, finally the world is changing. This is my currency. This is my money, right? Freedom to the people. All this happiness around crypto. You feel it in the air. But what people are neglecting is the fact that there is regulation and there's heavy regulation that's coming. And it's up to you guys to make sure that you're on top of this because you will get slammed. As I did my research this week, there's multiple ways that you can get caught up through tax evasion, right? So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to put the awareness out there for you to take certain actions because Uncle Sam wants that money. Believe it or not, he wants it. Well, you know he wants it. They will come after you guys. And that's the IRS. So today's call, a little less like, how am I going to put it, entertaining and more just straight factual, because this is straight business. By the way, I'm not a financial advisor, nor do I advise on any taxes. The reason for this call is just strictly educational and entertainment purposes. Got to say that for YouTube. So now that we got that out the way, guys, IRS, we got what it takes to take what you've got. I just found that and I want it. All right, enough with the slides. So this year, or next year, next tax season, each and every one of you is going to receive a tax form, and there's going to be that one question. There's going to be one question that is going to be extremely, extremely important that you get it right. And that question is right there in the red box. Anytime during 2019 or 2020 or 2021, did you receive, sell, send, exchange, or otherwise acquire any financial interests in any virtual currency? That's going to be on your tax forms. Each and every one of us here in this call better put yes. You better put yes. Don't try to risk it. Don't hide it. Put yes. Because if you guys put no, you are right then and there an instant felon. The moment you put no, you are instantly a felon. And they're going to come after you, especially if you've had success. They know. Why do you think there's multiple exchanges out there in the world that don't do business with the United States? The United States does the most. Guys, they put 80 billion down just to expand on the IRS, to make sure they take what you've got. I'm not exaggerating. And some of these questions are like, well, how are they going to find out? Right? Well, first of all, if you signed up for an exchange that does business with the US, that's already a giveaway. Coinbase, Voyager, Crypto.com, if they do business with the United States, IRS already has access to your information. And there's ways around it, but I'll get to that part. Does anybody know who this guy is? Put a 1 in the chat if you know who he is. I'll wait. You already have 6. Hey, you're lit. Hey, McAfee guy, yup. If you don't know who this is, the man's name is John McAfee. This guy is the creator of the McAfee antivirus. It just so happens that I'm wearing the competitive shirt. Symantec, I don't know if you see it. Norton's antivirus, just to be a fucking rebel for this call. But if you look this up, he's going to jail for tax evasion and big time tax evasion. He got caught. He's currently in Spain right now, waiting to be extradited over to the United States. Let me elaborate a little bit on what he did. So Mr. McAfee, right? What he's doing right now is he's engaging with crypto, obviously making a lot of money with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. He's making money through speaking engagements. He's earned millions, right? Right now, he's being sued by the IRS for improperly promoting crypto ICOs and not reporting his taxes. So he's been getting paid under the table to promote ICOs, to promote specific coins, and denying that he's being paid for it. So he's being paid under the table and denying that he's doing it, that he's getting paid. That's a strike. What he's doing is he's receiving crypto and he's hiding it in other people's accounts, like his security guards and other accounts. That's a strike. That's made over more than 23 million. And this guy is how should I put this? I'm trying to put this in a way. Let me see. So guys, what you can't do, I'm just gonna say it, what he's doing and what a lot of other people are doing right now is that you're seeing a lot of people promoting coins. You see Jake Paul, Lil Yachty, you see, what's his name? You see a whole bunch of people promoting coins. And if you're getting paid for that, that's a strike for sure. But what these people are doing by promoting the coins is they're promoting illegal securities, and that's against the IRS. If you keep being up to date with the XRP case, XRP is in a lawsuit because they were accused of selling illegal securities, and you can't do that. So what a lot of these people are doing is they're pumping the coins and selling them off you. They pump, and then they sell. That's pretty fucked up. If you know anything about pump and dumps, they're promoting it, and they're the ones that are selling it, making themselves rich. You guys ever realize that people can do that? I mean, obviously, but when you actually think about it, put a 1 if that's like news to you. Shit coins, 1, that's news to you, right? Because you don't think about that. People pump the coins and then just sell them on you. And then they pump it again and say, buy. And then they'll sell them on you. They're optimizing their profits. So right now, there's a huge regulation going down, guys. There's a huge regulation with the SEC, IRS. America is regulating the shit out of virtual currencies. And tax laws are going to get worse. Right now, they're not set in stone, which is what's causing people to feel like they're in fucking Disneyland. Because they think it's their money. It's not. 100% it's not. This guy was famous for, he got accused of murdering his neighbor, fled to El Salvador. He's famously for saying, if Bitcoin hits $1 million in 3 years, he said this in 2017, I will eat my dick in live TV. Sorry if there's kids in the car, wherever you guys are hearing this. But you guys want to know what the consequences for what he's doing? He's going to get a 5-year maximum sentence for each count. So for every count of tax evasion and every count of willfully failure to file a tax return. Minimum of 5 years for every count, and then 1 year for every count of tax evasion. So if you guys, put it this way, if you guys click no on that question that I showed you guys, say a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison and minimum fee of $250,000. It's not worth it. So let me get to the nitty gritty. Like I said, it's to be more informational. So these are some of the tax forms that you guys are going to have to look out for, right? So it's a Schedule D, a 1040 Schedule D. This is for capital gains and losses. So this is where you're going to report your capital gains and losses. So your gains are taxable for sure. Any income you receive, guys, is taxable. So losses are deductible. So you must report your gains and your losses. The one little loophole, the one good thing, and the reason why it's really good to hold is because if you enter a trade and you just leave it there and don't touch it, it's not taxable. The only time a trade becomes taxable is when you withdraw or when you end the trade. I got a little more people in here. Cool. All right, I see you guys. Okay. See who do we have in this call? We got Jenna, we got Butch, Carlos, Donald, Jake Belly. We got Kristen, Melody, we got Aaron, David Hamilton. Let's go. Cool. So again, if you guys hey Justin, can you make sure that everyone's on mute, please? Or anybody that there's noise. And again, guys, I'm not a tax expert, so I'm just putting this stuff up and I'm presenting it to you. It's up to you guys to go in depth with it. But basic rule, I buy Bitcoin at $2,000 and it grows up to $80,000, but it's still there. It's not taxable yet. It's only taxable when you withdraw it, right? So that 78,000 that I made, that's taxable. Now what's also taxable is every transaction. So that's the Form 8949. Sales and other dispositions of capital assets. So if you trade one coin for another coin, like we've been doing, right? Well, I gotta buy BNB and then transfer it, or I gotta buy Bitcoin and exchange it for Ethereum and exchange it for that. Every single transaction is taxable transaction. Every single transaction is a taxable transaction. So you are going to be getting taxed on everything. So you must report everything. If you made a transaction, if you sold Bitcoin and swapped it out for Chainlink 3 months ago, and you forgot about that, you have to report that. Every single transaction must be reported. And I'm going to sound redundant. I'm going to sound repetitive because that's what it is. Us, the people that are in this call, we know what to do. The dummies that are not and not looking to get informed, they're not going to know what to do. So if you're looking to grow your business, you want to take it serious. If you're looking to become wealthy through cryptocurrency and virtual assets, do it the right way. It's not worth evading. And then I'm going to show you some loopholes a little bit into this call. I'm going to show you some other options of what you guys can also do. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. And that's what that. But again, these are the two forms. If you have a pen and paper right now, if you're taking notes, note takers or money makers, you got a Schedule D 1040 form. That's reporting the capital gains and losses. Form 8949 is when you sell one for the other. Cool. Actually, I actually put the definitions right there. I wasn't even paying attention. So 1040D to report following the sale or exchange of capital assets not reported on another form of or schedule, gains from involuntary conversions, also casualty theft and capital assets must not be held in business or profit. Form 8949 to report sales and exchanges of capital assets. Allows you to IRS to reconcile amounts that were reported to you, IRS forms, yada, yada, yada. You guys can read, but look that up. All right, so here's another option, right? So let's just say that some of us, we work and we invest in crypto. Cool. What if you just want to do this full time? What if you're like me and want to take crypto full time? If this is what you want to do, if you want to make a living out of it, it's called a crypto nomad. You know, if you guys want to be a crypto nomad with me, then that's the reason we're doing this every Thursday. Hop on. I'll do my best to make sure everyone's educated and keep the train going for all you aspiring crypto nomads, because that's what I'm trying to do. But let's just say that you're trying to run your own business, right? You're self-employed, and the money that you earn from trades and investments, you want to capitalize on that. So there's self-employment. You know, you can use 1040 Schedule C to report your income, and you can actually use 8829 for the expenses of using your home. So you can use your rent as a tax write-off because that's your business. You need that to operate your crypto investments and your trading investments. So you can leverage tax write-offs, guys, and I highly recommend this, right? I'm not a pro at tax, so I'm just shooting out some information for you guys to research in depth. But a lot of things, virtually almost anything is tax deductible, right? So you can start, let's just say I want to buy a yacht. So if I want to buy a yacht, I'll just start an LLC. I'll just make a business out of it. I'll call it Iris Fishing, whatever. Say that I'm fishing for, you know, as my business. So I'll buy a yacht as a business for my business, and then I'll use that yacht as a tax write-off. My rent could be a tax write-off. My laptop, tax write-off. A lot of your expenses can become tax write-offs. Pretty sick. So look at it that way, right? Because if you look at it that way and you actually implement the right ways to do it to decrease your taxes, it's not so much of a blow. So if you're trying to do this full time, try to look at every single opportunity to maintain your tax write-off. I downloaded this app. Let me check it out real quick. Called QuickBooks. I haven't used it too much, but as I was uncovering this, that's how you can keep track of a lot of things that you're thinking about writing off. So cool. Now, this is what I'm trying to do, guys. I'm trying to get that global citizen passport. I'm not sure if it's a legit thing, but there's some steps to it. I added this, even though it doesn't have anything to do for real with crypto. and your gains. But you are trying to take it out of the country. Here's my take, right? So America is just it's gonna make it harder for crypto investments. They're gonna try to put laws that are gonna discourage people from investing. I'm sure as soon as they announce the crypto tax laws, it's gonna discourage people from investing. Oh, they're taxing it, it's like that much? Never mind, I don't wanna do it. That's gonna be the first wave of the fall off. As they're regulating it, they can honestly make crypto or some investments only for specific licensed people. So, there's certain credentials that you have to have in order to trade crypto. All these things are in the air as far as regulation goes, right? So let me go ahead and read this little something to you before I get into that foreign earned exclusion. So if you want to live in another country, so right now I'm thinking Portugal. That's literally what I'm thinking. So right now, what you can do is if you're trying to get a dual citizenship, as a first step to avoiding taxes, not evading, there's a clear difference between avoiding taxes and evading the taxes, right? So everything I've said so far makes you not want to do it anymore. I probably won't. See, that he's part of that first round of people, they're going to drop off. But cool. So if you're trying to move to a new country, there's this foreign earned income exclusion. So you can live in a new country and lessen or minimize your tax that you owe to the government. I think it'd be up to 0%. Like you don't have to owe taxes to the US government. You have to report it. Everything must be reported, but you can exclude yourself from paying taxes in the United States if you want to live in another country. The catch is right here. You can only make over 108,700 as income, right? There's a cap on how much you can make to qualify for it. So you can leverage that. It can only be applied to active earned income. So you got to have some sort of job or something that's actively paying you. Now here's the shitty part. It doesn't apply to investments, investment income, retirement, real estate benefits, all that passive stuff. It doesn't count. But you know what I mean? At least you can avoid some taxes there. Even paid by a US employer. So for example, if you have a job that's currently paying you and you work from home and you want to move to a new country, you could and not have to pay taxes. Look into it again, but I just wanted to throw that idea out there for anybody trying to make that transition, like myself. So if I'm earning under 108,000, okay, I'll just go to Portugal and not pay it. Of course, it's easier said than easier done. Cool. Let me introduce to you guys Biden's crypto proposal. About 80% of the United States tax gap is due to underreported income, mostly among the wealthy who hide income structures, according to the Treasury Department. Stronger reporting standards include comprehensive reporting for cryptocurrency are amongst the most effective ways to improve tax compliance. And here's where it gets good. So Biden's tax agenda would treat crypto transactions like cash, requiring businesses to report when they receive more than $10,000 in virtual currency. Financial institutions, payment settlements, entities, and digital assets exchange and custodians will also be required to report crypto transactions over a certain threshold, according to the analysis of the proposal published by law firm Greenberg Traurig. Oh, no shit, that used to be my account. Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm in tech, so I used to serve that account. It's pretty cool. The IRS has already shown a keener interest in learning about taxpayers' crypto activity. The agency put a question about cryptocurrency holdings on page 1 of 2020 tax returns. So Biden's compliance agenda would need to be passed by Congress. It hasn't been passed yet, but this is what we can look forward to, guys. So pay attention to this news. The total plan would raise $700 billion in the first decade and another 1.6 trillion in the second, according to the Treasury. The White House would use funds to pay for measuring the American family plans. The proposal includes adding funding for 2 years of free universal pre-K, 2 years of free community college, heavily subsidized care, middle classes, yada, 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 yada. So those are the proposals. Stay awake with the proposals, guys. Look at it because it's gonna affect you. It could discourage you. It can, there could be laws that are coming out that you won't know until it's too late. So make sure that you guys are educated on that. Check this out, guys. So crypto friendly. There's a list of crypto friendly places I'm going to introduce to you guys. Crypto friendly are there areas that you don't have to pay taxes on. You don't have to pay taxes on your crypto. And that is beautiful. So now is the time, guys, more than ever. I want to kind of open your mind, expand your mind a little bit. And this is not for everybody. And I'm not suggesting that you extradite yourself or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is the Western civilization, if you pay any attention to it, America and the friendly countries, the friendly nations, UK, Australia, Canada, United States, the way the Western civilization is ran, it's going downhill. It's on the decline. I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree with that. It's going on the decline, right? So if you have specific life goals, for example, I want to make a living off cryptocurrency. Would it make a lot of sense to stay in a country that takes a large portion of it? For me personally, would it make a lot of sense to just, having people or having the United States or tax laws and have to worry about it on my back 24/7 about everything? Like, I got to report my life, every single thing. I got to report it. If somebody gives me $1 and I'm in Japan, I got to report that. You know what I mean? Like there's, and if you don't report it because you don't know, that's where you're going to get screwed. Right. So, this is one of those times where I'll encourage you guys to, keep an open mind and, look elsewhere if this is something that you guys are trying to do for your own living, because there's better options than living in the United States. Of course, it has their pros and cons. But for example, here's a few of them. So the first picture that you see is Puerto Rico, right? So you can move to PR and avoid US taxes. So if you're somebody that wants to move to PR, and I know what you're thinking, oh, but PR is it's a US territory. Yeah, it's a US territory. It's not a state. It still runs its own operations. So if you want to avoid taxes, not evade, avoid, is you might want to look at Puerto Rico, right? It's close by. I believe there are requirements. Hold on, I wrote these down. So in order to live in Puerto Rico, you don't pay income tax on crypto, no capital gains tax on assets if you move to the island. But you must be a bona fide resident of Puerto Rico, meaning you must physically be present 183 days out of the year. You must not have a tax home outside of Puerto Rico, meaning you can't have a Portugal tax home. You can't have a tax home anywhere else besides Puerto Rico. And David, I see your question. I'll get to that in a minute. And you must not have closer connections to any other country besides Puerto Rico. So they're making Puerto Rico a decent option for you guys. Then you might be like, damn, I'm tired of Puerto Rico. Like, I can't live here forever. Then that opens the door for you to go back to the States. But check this out. Just because you're not paying these taxes does not mean you do not need to report them. You must report it to the United States. In fact, no matter where the hell you are in this world, you must report everything you earn to the United States. If you open up a business in motherfucking Mongolia and you're making some cash, even though it has nothing to do with the United States, and it's Mongolian people buying chicken off your stand and you're making bank, that needs to be reported to the United States. Even if you're a half citizen, you're a citizen. Everything must be reported to the United States. So it kind of has that burden, you know, and tax laws are not going to get easier, man. Regulation is not going to get easier. Right now, it's the best we have it. Before it's going to discourage people from doing it. You know, they're going to make it a living hell for you to do it. You're going to have to get certified, accredited. Who knows? Who knows? But just understand that, you know, be open-minded. You know, I'm looking into a second citizenship myself. And if it makes sense for me ahead of time, well then, you know, I'm probably going to look into extraditing, hoping that I can come back. The middle one, anybody know what the middle one is? Y'all all better know it. What's that middle picture?
Dubai.
David, how long do I have to live in a foreign country until I can withdraw for free? So you can withdraw what? Your crypto?
Yeah, my crypto.
Cool. So if you, let's just say that you move to a foreign country and you become a legal resident, and throughout time, some countries have their own requirements. Throughout time, your legal residency qualifies you. Could be about 5 years, could be 6 years, to be a resident and to obtain that country's passport. Then you would operate under their tax rules. So you can withdraw all you want to. Dubai is another one of those nations, one of those countries. So in Dubai, you can buy, sell, flip, fix, trade, whatever the hell you want to do with your crypto, that's yours. What they're trying to do is they're trying to attract the crypto environment because it's very technologically savage. Just like Switzerland. Switzerland's another crypto hub. I think Dubai is trying to gun for that crypto valley. That's what they're trying to do. Miami, if you're trying to stay in the United States, Miami is definitely an upcoming crypto hub for sure. They've announced it. They're bringing NASDAQ to Miami. So if you want to go to Miami and not leave the United States, that's where it's going to be cracking. But Dubai, you do whatever you want, right? You withdraw it, whatever you want. The moment you become a citizen of whatever country you move to, you're up to their tax laws. And if it's a country like Portugal or Dubai, you don't have to pay it. Hope that answers your question. Big crypto showdown. Yep, exactly. So Portugal. So Portugal, it's crypto exempt from VAT tax and personal income taxes. You only have to pay business tax in Portugal. So you must own a house in the country or stay more than 183 days and get the golden visa. Look that up, write that down. It's called the golden visa opportunity. So a lot of these times when you're moving to these countries, and a lot of these countries are making it very easy for you guys to move to, right? Go where you guys fit in, right? That's a saying, go where you fit in. You know, if Portugal is treating you, you know, a lot better with what you do, they're respecting, you know, your taxes and everything, your crypto gains, go to Portugal. You can always visit the United States. You know, think about it like that. So a lot of times countries have incentives for development. So if you move to like Panama and you're trying to become a citizen, then they would just want you to put some sort of like $10,000 investment into like forestation or something. Each country has some sort of purpose, right? And they'll throw that out for you. And based off what their motives are, it can make it easier for you to gain citizenship if you contribute to those motives. Does that make sense for you guys? Put a 1 if this is all making sense to you guys. Put a 2 if you're confused. Beautiful, beautiful. That's my mama back there. What's up, mom? Great. Cool. So they bribe you. Yep. Cool. Here's another list for you guys, some crypto-friendly places that you guys can go to. Personally, I'm trying to turn up with each and every one of you guys somewhere else. So we got Belarus, we got Germany, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Malta, Singapore, Slovenia, Portugal, Bermuda, Switzerland, which is my favorite country, Dubai, St. Lucia, Barbados, U.S. Virgin Islands, Cayman, Seychelles, and more. So you can look into it, especially if you guys. Now, let me put it this way as well. Let me say this. If you're at my level, which is somebody that's just kind of like starting off, like somebody that's I got some success on it, but I'm still looking to blow up. Based off what I currently have, it may or may not make sense for me to make that move completely, right? So it may or may not make sense to me to make that move at the stage that I'm at. But if you're starting to get to that 6, 7, 8 figures, and it's really hitting the tax on you, then I would say open yourself to the world. Open yourself to the world. You can still own property in the United States. You can still make real estate. You can still own assets in the United States. So that's that part. All right, before I get to the altcoins, guys, there are, how do I phrase this? There's loopholes, should I put it, that aren't regulated yet. So there's loopholes that, for example, a digital asset, if you own Bitcoin, that's a digital asset, right? However, if you own tokens, that's a little different, right? There's specific tokens like Smart Chain is a token. I know everybody that's with us and we invest and we buy all these different currencies off the BNB platform, and you have Smart Chain or T-Fuel or any sort of token, those are considered utility tokens instead of a digital asset. So it kind of raises that question, like, does that really need to be reported? Because technically, it's not a digital asset. So you might be able to get away with that. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. Whatever you guys do is up on you. But I'm just saying you can research that just for your curiosity, pay your taxes. But if you obtain tokens, may or may not be taxable. Depends on the regulations that they pop out in the future. Another thing, if your money is held in a foreign exchange, for example, let's just say that you own money and it's stored in these exchanges like Coinbase, Voyager, Crypto.com. The United States has access to, they'll send you after $20,000 worth of transactions or 200 transactions. I believe that's when you're going to receive a tax form. And if your money is stored in an exchange that does not do business with the United States, it's a potential avoidance. Maybe it's an evasion. Like I said, look it up. I'm guessing it's an evasion. But if you hold money, let's just say that I hold money in Binance, right? Binance, you all know that we can't get a Binance account in America, because that would mean that they would have to follow into the regulations of the United States and the IRS in reporting. Some companies just don't want to do that. They just don't want to deal with with America. So if you move your money and it's sitting there, question is, technically, they're going to ask you, but you know what I'm saying, right? Any questions or anything like that before I get into the altcoins? Like I said, today was just going to be more informational and less like, I don't know what else, but did I provide some information for you guys to feed off of? Put a 1 if you learned something today. This is brand new information. Beautiful. And there was so much more, but I couldn't fit it into the call. There's a lot more. So this is probably going to be one of multiple calls on this subject as I learn shit, but that's good. That's good. It's good that you guys are learning this stuff. So, all right. Do I have anything else? Anything else on this before I switch up the subject? Anybody have any questions or anything before I switch up the subject? Feel free to unmute yourself, leverage the chat. Anybody down to be a global citizen with me?
Yes, sir.
That's how I can do it. All right, beautiful. Cool. Let's get into some altcoins. What are some of the altcoins that you guys are throwing down nowadays? Tell me some. Put some altcoins in the chat. Some that somebody just said Doge. I've been hearing Doge. Doge did it blow up? I haven't seen. I haven't checked. I'm gonna look right now. Is Doge blowing up? No. Doge. Why do you say Doge, Carlos? Feel free to unmute your mic. Or not. I've been hearing Doge, so I was kind of curious. But so you guys know what I like to do is I like to go through a round of altcoins. And the reason that I like to do altcoins is because what the altcoins do is that they highlight the technology that's being driven for our future, right? So crypto assets, that's great. That's one part of cryptocurrency as a whole, right? Blockchain technology, and you guys know that I do bring this up often. Blockchain technology is a whole different thing that's literally about to change our lives. Literally about to change it. So every sort of sci-fi that you're looking at, blockchain technology is going to be the foundation of enabling that, right? So you got coins, you got companies that are coming out, they're fighting for position. You got some that are just taking off more than others. So you guys see these coins every day, but you don't know what they are. There's a piece of technology that's behind a lot of them. And that's why I like to use this moment to break down the technology that's going to be provided for you guys in the future moving on. So Datacoin, guys, this one's fucking hot, yo. Datacoin is hot right now. I know some of y'all know. Put a 7 in the chat if you know Theta and or invested in it. If you know Theta or invested in it, put a 7 in the chat. You never heard of it? Put a 2. Beautiful. 2. Oh, fucking hell. That's why we do this. That's literally why we do this. So for all you video game nerds, all you streamers, all you Netflixers, this shit is for you. This is going to change the ball game entirely. So what Theta is, it's a video streaming service. Their mission is to improve video streaming quality and reward people for offering their service. So what do I mean by that? So blockchain technology, it's basically information that's looped together. It's like a huge Excel sheet of information that's just looped together, connected. So the way that they're looking to disrupt the video streaming industry is by, you guys are now able to earn money through rewards, right? And a lot of these companies are rewarding you with tokens, right? So there's the coins that you're investing in, and then there's the tokens. Tokens are more utility, right? That's why I said it's a gray area for being taxable. So you can be rewarded for just offering a piece of your computer power to the network. So when you have the software installed to your computer, you would qualify if you meet specific requirements to become a host. And when you become a host, you can start earning passive income through tokens that you're earning just for sharing your bandwidth to the network. So if you can think about how powerful everybody's sharing their bandwidth around the world, how fast do you think these motherfucking streaming services are going to be? That's like ultra fast, yo. You're computing power from all over the world being connected to run streaming. That right there is going to disrupt Netflix, but they're adopting it. So, good for them, right? So it's a $50 billion industry that's projected to grow 20% every single year over the next decade. So that's why I'm kind of excited about Datacoin, because it's an industry that's growing. Video, the VRs, those things, the virtual realities, Data's behind those too. It's going to be sick. Just a matter of time until we'll have a chip living in the virtual world. Yeah. So they partnered up with Google, Netflix, YouTube, MGM, Amazon Prime, Samsung. So that just speaks volumes of the direction that Theta's going. So Theta actually, the creator of YouTube is behind it as well. Let's see, so the reason I'm sharing this information is so you guys can make smart investment decisions. Don't just go throwing in your money into stuff. That's the reason for these calls. And that's the reason why I display altcoins. So you can be informed of the money. Let's just say that Theta blows up and people tell you to invest in Theta, but you don't know nothing about it, right? That's why we do this. That's why we do this right here. So Theta, that's what you got. You can own tokens from advertisers. So advertisers can pay you instead of paying Facebook. Ain't that sick? Nowadays, because of the computing power necessary to operate, you are going to be able to earn rewards passively just through operating in the network, participating. So users can earn tokens from advertisements, relay video streams, and gift content creators. So if you're a content creator, this is great for you. And then huge increase in streaming bandwidth. That's Theta, guys. Look it up. I would invest in it. It's not out in a lot of exchanges, but if you can find it, that's definitely worth investing in. Binance BNB. A lot of you guys know this one. So Binance BNB, it's do-it-yourself DeFi, and it's also an exchange. So they got a couple things going for them. I think right now is the number 3 or number 4 cryptocurrency in the world. Somebody correct me. Number 3 and number 4, based off total market cap. So what Binance does, guys, is it's first of all, it's an exchange. They have the largest assortment of altcoins. So if you can't find anything on Coinbase, you can't find anything on Voyager, crypto.com, chances are it will be on Binance. Problem is, we're American, a lot of us are, besides Jake, and we don't qualify. We can't get a Binance account, right? VPN. I didn't tell you guys that, but you can get a VPN to access it, but we don't get access to it because they don't do business in the United States. But if you want to buy a lot of altcoins, boom, Binance is there. But it's do-it-yourself. It supports crowdfunding. So that's where a lot of these coins that are popping out. So you'll hear a lot of coins like Yummy Coin, Safe Moon. What else? What else? Like a Poo Coin, Ass, Piggy. All these coins are being ran through the Binance blockchain. So if you guys wanted to do some sort of crowdfunding to support a project, let's just say that we all wanted to get together to, I don't know, again, save the animals in the ocean. Binance provides the opportunity for you to start a crowdfunding token in which you can make popular amongst the public, raise funds for that cause. And that's what a lot of these coins are. So shit coins, most chances are it's being derived from the Binance blockchain or the Ethereum blockchain. So that's a little bit about Binance. Compound. So Compound, let's just see. Does anybody know Compound? Put a 1 in the chat if you know Compound. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't know Compound. Can you get that on Trust Wallet? Yeah. You can get BNB on Trust Wallet. Have a little, but don't know what it's for. For Compound, Melody? Yeah, gotcha. Put a 1 if you know this coin. Nobody? Put a 2 if you don't. I'm just curious. Don't? Can I get that on Theta and Trust? Anybody else? Jenna? Okay. All right. So I'm over here talking about making money. Talk about many different ways to make money. Crypto as a whole, there's multiple ways that you can expand your income earning potential. Investing is just one way to do it. Trading currencies is another way to do it. I just showed you guys Theta, right? Participation earns you some income. So there's multiple ways for you guys to earn income through cryptocurrency, right? A lot of people don't know that, but you are on this call, so you do know that. There's multiple ways that you can set yourself up. So what Compound does, and it's one of the hottest things right now, Compound is booming. Definitely changed the game for a lot of people. So DeFi protocol that allows users to deposit, borrow, and earn interest on cryptocurrencies. So the way this works is that they provide a liquidity pool. All right, it's called a liquidity pool. So it's basically a pool that you hold your crypto in, and that other people can borrow for an interest. So the more you put into the pool, more people can borrow, you earn passive interest on that, APY. So the reason it's called Compound, it's, let's just say, for example, you're on Compound's website, and then there's a coin that people are earning about 20% interest because of the demand, right? And you have it. So you lend your coins into the pool knowing you're going to earn a 20% interest rate. So when you earn that, you buy more of that coin and you keep lending it. And eventually it just stacks on top of each other and it just compounds. And this is making people super fucking rich. For those that know how to use it. So you just keep letting borrow that interest, you keep earning interest, you keep borrowing more and more, put it in there, and you just keep earning interest. Because you're purchasing coins at a low, putting them into the pool, they grow interest, and then you're making money. And I know it sounds a little complicated, so I'm just putting this for you guys to do your own research. But what the reason that this was so like shaking was because it completely removed the bank. It took the bank out of the equation. What the bank does, and this is what you do, and this is the way it operates, is you give your money to the bank. So that is the liquidity pool. And what the bank does is it lends your money to other people for an interest rate, right? So the bank earns interest with your money. The problem this solved was you take the bank out of the equation completely. You let other people borrow for an interest rate, and the money goes straight to you. The bank already takes your money and lets other people borrow it. We're just eliminating the bank out of this equation, and I can just give it to Joe Schmo. I earn interest on it, and that money is mine. Chances are the interest rate's going to be higher, and I earn more with my money. That's why this coin has been so fucking hot. And yeah, you can trade it back for USD. So if you're trying to make a living off Compound, look it up. Research this. It's called yield farming. So you put money into the pool, you earn interest. They remove the middleman, that's the bank. Open lending, no credit checks. So yeah, no credit checks. If you got fucked up credit, then boom, there's another way for you to make money. So here's the risk. This is the thing. Let's just say that you put your money into the pool, right? And then all of a sudden, that pool starts to dry out, meaning there's none left. You let you put 10 Bitcoins into the pool, and then the Bitcoins just became scarce. Meaning if the pool dries up, you're at a loss. You ain't getting your money back. How can you make money when there's nothing in the pool? That's the risk. So you got to watch it like a hawk. If you are going to participate, look at the risks more than anything. So you can put money in the pool, but when everybody just takes all the money and dries out the pool, what are you going to pull out? You got nothing to pull out. That's why you got to watch it like a hawk. Does that make sense? Put a one if you think that's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool. Just different ways that you guys can make money through crypto, right? It's fucking cool. You can make money through crypto and more than just investing. Dive into it. Check it out. You'll learn something. My last one. So this one's Chainlink. I like Chainlink. Chainlink, I think it's the number 12 cryptocurrency in the world right now. Does anybody put a 1 in the chat if you own Chainlink? Put a 2 if you don't. If you don't, if you've never heard of it nor have any, put a 2 in the chat. Put a 1 if you've heard of it and or have it. If it's foreign to you, put a 2. If you know of it, put a 1. So you've heard of Chainlink. Cool. All right. So what Chainlink does, and I think this is one of its own kind, right? So it's a decentralized Oracle network. So it's an Oracle, right? So it was actually, I put it up there, but it was the highest performing asset in 2019, past Bitcoin. It surpassed Bitcoin as the highest performing asset. So it blew up. Chainlink is huge, guys. Chainlink is huge. So put it this way. So I think a couple calls ago, well, what this is first, designed to connect smart contracts and data from outside world, like outside world info. A couple calls ago, I told you guys about gambling, right? Sorry, guys, my throat's bad today. I'm struggling to talk. For all you gamblers out there, let's just say that I'm going to bet $1 million that it's going to rain tomorrow. I'll put that on a smart contract with, let's just say, so I'll put it on a smart contract with Melody. Say, Melody, it's going to rain tomorrow. I'll bet you $1 million. Put that on the blockchain, your Chainlink. And if it rains, the smart contract will execute and distribute the money to either me or Melody. So that's changing the gambling industry, right? It also predicts predicts the weather a little bit. So what it is it's taking outside foreign data that's not produced within the blockchain, like the weather, sporting events results, just little things like that. And it's helping execute smart contracts. Does that make sense? So it's kind of just getting everything. So if you want to pay rent, put it in a smart contract, right? If you pay rent on time, then you keep access to the house, meaning you're not going to get locked out. And through this is like you can automatically get locked out of your house on the first if your rent's not paid. That's what the blockchain does. It'll just smart house. It'll just lock you out of the house automatically. It'll just execute automatically. So that's Chainlink. So it's huge because it's important for large enterprises for data security and guaranteed protection. So this is going to be the solution for a lot of hackers, right? But aside from that, provides information native to blockchain, sporting events, results, location, weather. It's an oracle. So little things that are foreign to the blockchain, Chainlink comes and introduces it to them and helps run smart contracts a lot smoother. And as far as that goes, that's it. I think we went a couple minutes over, but to wrap things up, guys, let's see. Cool. So just to kind of wrap it up, guys, do your taxes for sure. Here's something that you can look into. Tax, let's see, crypto trader tax. So there's softwares, right? Let me show you guys. This is the last thing I'm going to leave you guys with. This is how you can combat your taxes so you guys don't get screwed. There's a crypto trader tax. This is a bot. What you do is well, I hope you're not evading your taxes, but what this is going to do is going to pull up the report of all the history of your transactions. So this is a quick, easy, I don't promote for this. I have nothing to do with crypto fucking trader tax. But if you guys install this and run it across the platforms, then it'll do everything for you. It'll calculate, it'll say how much you've lost, how much you've earned, all the tax. It just breaks it down easily in minutes. So if you don't want to worry about your taxes and having to manually report every single transaction, go ahead and look at something like crypto trader tax and just get that taken care of. And then ultimately, as you go on through life, find ways to avoid tax legally or make it so you don't pay too much. So that's it, guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys found some value. Put some sevens on the chat, please. I'm curious to know if you guys learned anything. So put some sevens in the chat. I appreciate that. Hell yeah. So today's call is just going to be more informative. So I'm just repeating out shit that I learned. But I appreciate you guys for coming every single Thursday. You guys motivate me to keep bringing in some content. So hit me up. Let's get this ball rolling. Next Thursday, I invite you guys to bring some people. Anybody that wants to learn. Let's go to the moon, like Carlos said, guys. So with that being said, you guys have a great night, and catch you soon.